was it someone else? I felt as if they were describing someone else. But seriously, if my mother was around, she would say, that's the daughter I raised. And for those who said I wouldn't make it, I'm just a woman, I'm just a Muslim, I'm just a small girl, they should be apologizing now. How wrong they were. And I know we all have dream takers. We have dream takers in our lives. Those people who tell you you can't do it, you're too young, you're just a woman. We need to get rid of all the dream takers from our lives. Our guest of honor, Ambassador Scott Delisi, and your lovely wife, Leila. We are glad to have you. All of you, our mentors and mentees, we are really glad for you to be here. As you know, can I first say good morning to you all? Good morning! I tell people I'm not a teacher. I just use my big voice, which I used to be bullied about, to talk to the world. So I'm not a teacher today, but if possible, get just 1 or 2 lines from whatever I say and take it to heart, maybe to teach you something about life. I'm not a great teacher, so you need to listen very carefully. Today is indeed a sign of victory for women around the world. Today, over 10,000 women are working on the same day in 18 countries around the world. That's a sign of victory for women. And for Uganda, it's even a sign of victory because we have over 15,000 girls and women here today. It's a sign of victory for us because I remember 4 years ago when I started talking about mentoring, people were asking, what's that? It was a foreign word to them. Today is a sign of victory because we've all realized that it's a powerful development tool in your personal, business, and community development. That's mentoring. And personally, I'm also delighted this week that President Barack Obama is back in the White House. He's really an inspirational leader. He taught us to say, yes, I can. For me, that's very important for each one of us to know that, yes, you can. Can we say, yes, we can?
Yes, we can.
And I'm proud to say I've added another skill to my resume. I'm now a mobilization expert. Look around you guys. We don't have a lot of men at SEDA International. We've managed to pull this off. That's a sign of victory. Dear friends, we have a lot of positive energy among us. And this is to show us that this is really a noble cause. Mentoring is a noble cause. And we recognize women face unique challenges on their path to leadership. It's increasingly becoming very hard to balance between what is right, what is needed, what people expect of you, and what you can really do as a woman. It's becoming very hard. And we recognize that fact. That's why we started different mentoring programs for different age groups. At SEDA International, we identify, bring visibility to ordinary women by unleashing their leadership and entrepreneurship potentials. We want them to transform lives. I remember in 2009, listening to Secretary Hillary Clinton. She put it very well. She said, chances of a woman who has been mentored, chances of a woman who has role models, rise up to 75% to succeed in life. So for you who don't have role models and mentors, my friends, we need to create role models and mentors. And to me, this is not just a passion, it's my calling in life. I remember when I quit my job at Lois Canada, one of the largest advertising agencies in the world. Of course, people said, you never make it. And after 10 years as a successful entrepreneur, I said, if I've done this, any other woman can do it. And that's where my passion started. I said, I'm going to teach women to run their own businesses. And it's now 5 years since we started doing that. And I'll tell you that we've impacted more than 13,000 women and girls in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, and soon going to Southern Sudan. One thing I know for sure is that your background doesn't shape your destiny. It's up to you. The power is in your hands to design the future you want. Ladies, I'll repeat here that your background doesn't shape your destiny. It's up to you to design the future you want. At this juncture, I really want to sincerely thank our ambassador and all the people at the U.S. mission for their relentless support for my organization and for their commitment to youth and women empowerment in Uganda. Shannon and your team, I know I come up with all sorts of crazy ideas, but I'm glad that you realize that those ideas are really solutions to Africa's problems. And I'll thank you for that. And of course, I can't live here without thanking my women at SEDA International and all the partners that we work with. In 2009, when we started this, no one believed in us. But these women you see here today, some are in the back doing housework. These women you see here make me look intelligent, make me look like a superstar. But believe me, it's these women who are doing all the work. For me, I just supervise here and there. I know they are there for me. Like the Americans say, they are holding my back. I'll say, ladies, thank you very much. Shukran, asante sana, mwebale nyo banange. This year is also a sign of victory for Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. We've celebrated 50 years of independence. We've made major strides as a country. I didn't hear any clap. 50 years of independence. We've made major strides as a country, but a lot is still hanging. It has become increasingly hard to talk to youth about values, faith, and hard work. These youth have grown in this generation where everything looks to be free. We have a lot of corruption issues on media that is negatively impacting our generation. When you talk about work, people don't want to work anymore because they think life is so easy. After all, my father got it. Just to remind you, the youth make up to 75% of the population in Uganda. That's a huge percentage. So as a country, we need to really invest and empower the next generation of women leaders. It's vital to Uganda's future. They represent the hope and resources of this beautiful country. And there's a strong correlation between unleashing of female talent and economic development of our country. Indeed, as Nicholas Christopher put it, women hold half the sky. We appreciate our government's efforts that have increased the number of girls in school. However, formal education alone does not empower them for the world. Girls finish university, they graduate and fail to transit to work just because they lack key skills. They don't have confidence. They don't know how to communicate. Financial literacy is another big issue. People don't have goals. Those are really putting us behind. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to think about this honestly and in a deep reflection. The greatest challenge facing Uganda and other African countries is not corruption, HIV, or even lack of access to education. The most profound is the failure of the political and education system to empower people as leaders to deal with those challenges. As Uganda enters into the next 50 years, I'm afraid we are at crossroads. The decisions and actions we take today are very critical to this country. This is the time to design the future, a future we shall be proud of, a future that will positively impact our children and the children's children. My passionate appeal, therefore, goes to our government to actively and meaningfully engage youth and women in conversations about development. Secondly, we need to redesign the education system. We need to move away from theoretical to practical, skills-based subjects. More than ever, Uganda needs youth who are innovative, creative. More than ever, we need more entrepreneurs. We need more job creators than job seekers. SEDA International is ready to work with government so that we integrate our wonderful programs in the education system. On the other hand, I can't live here today without reminding you a powerful statement that was said by John Kennedy. He said, "Ask not what your country can do for you. Instead, ask what you can do for your country." Let's think about that. So this is not only the government's job. It's people like you and I here who are going to transform Africa. We won't let it to be giants like Nelson and Mandela to transform Africa's future. We have the power to turn Africa's destiny. Of course, that takes courage and sacrifice, and also commitment. And I know you ladies, you're ready to do that. You know what Gandhi said, Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. So if we want change, we need to be the change. I know each one of us have goals, aspirations for a better future. In life, windows of opportunities will come your way. It's how well you respond to those that determine your destiny. You must run from your fears to your dreams. You need to dare in order to shine. You must read widely. Ladies and gentlemen, readers are leaders. If you don't read, you will never become a reader. And of course, do we believe in ourselves? We need to believe in ourselves, because if you believe in yourself, you can be anything that you want in any life. And you need to have mentors. Isaac Newton put it very well. I've seen further by standing on shoulders of giants. Look, we have the American ambassador. Isn't he a giant among us? He's a mentor. You need to stand on shoulders of giants. If you see, you need to look further. Just to remind you that each one of us is as a rising star. No matter your age, your dreams will take you there. Always aim for the moon. Even if you miss, you land among the stars. And I'm here to tell you, never fear to become amazing. Before I end, I want to share a short story of a hummingbird. Listen carefully to this story of a hummingbird. There was a forest, the forest caught fire. And all the animals came out and looked on. The giraffe with a long neck looked on. The elephant with a big trunk looked on. There was a small bird called the hummingbird. She went back and forth to the river, fetching drops of water and putting them on the forest fire. Of course, all animals laughed. They said, "You're wasting time, you're too small." The hummingbird looked at them and said, "At least I'm doing the best I can." And miraculously, the fire went out. Ladies and gentlemen, as Rehema Kasule, I know I will not change the world, but I want to leave a difference. I want to leave a legacy. And to all of you, go back and be the hummingbirds in your communities. Don't let other people do it. Be the hummingbirds. Let's be active players in transforming Uganda. Let us go and mentor other women. Let's pay it forward, remembering that when you walk alone, you go very fast. But when you take others with you, you go very far. You've seen how far we've come because we are moving in a team. You walk that distance alone, you go very fast, but you won't go far. As I end, dear friends, I'll share with you the wisdom of one of the greatest leaders in Africa, Desmond Tutu, with his concept of Ubuntu, or in Luganda what we call Ubuntu. It literally means caring for others, togetherness, family. Why am I sharing this? We've lost that in Africa. We no longer care for our neighbors. We no longer care for our sisters. And at this juncture, I will request each one of us to stand up. I know we've walked a lot, but let's stand up for a minute. And we are going to say this statement for affirmation 3 times. We are going to say, "I am because you are, because we are." 3 times.
I am because you are, because we are. I am because you are,
Because we are. I am because you are, because we are. And then let's hold our hands together and say, "We are the generation the world has been waiting for."
we are the generation the world has been waiting for.
3 times, ladies.
We are the generation the world has been waiting for.
Thank you.
We are the generation the world has been waiting for.
Yes, we are the generation the world has been waiting for. Thank you very much. Shukran. Mwebale nyo banange. Alhamdulillah.
That's a sign of a victory. I can feel the spirit of the nations, and I can feel my wings riding the wind.